And that was actually my breaking point, where I finally had discovered what I was going through, and discovered, as I say, my ruby's worth, because I had someone who kind of knew what I was going through, who was a minister, and she wanted me to share my testimony at a conference, and I refused, and I was like, no. And she was like, nope, God said it's you, it's you. And because I admired her so much, I was like, okay. And I tried for a whole year to get out of it, and she would not let me get out of it. And I thank her so much, because that was how I was healed. Because preparing for that conference, I didn't know how I was going to share my story, because I had never shared it publicly. I still was in that place where now I know what I've been going through these past 14 years of my life was domestic violence. I have to share, I have to spread the word, I have to get the awareness out there. But how? What do I say? How do I say it? It was a Christian conference, so I didn't know, do I come biblical, or do I keep it just, plain, just regular talk? I didn't know how. And so in the midst of going back and forth and preparing what I was going to say, I came to the Bible with the virtuous woman. And as many times as I read it, it was like that day, it was like a light bulb went on. And I could not get past Proverbs 31:6, where it says, she's more valuable than rubies. And at that point I said, oh, wow, more valuable than rubies. And that's when the light bulb clicked, because I'm like, my birthstone's a ruby. I'm a July baby.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean I'm more valuable than a ruby? And so when I dug into it and did the research from the gemstone perspective as well as the research perspective, learning that value of a ruby is what taught me my self-love, because that was one of the reasons why I put up with a lot of it. I didn't love myself. I had a lot of issues from childhood with low self-esteem, not being accepted or fit in, because I'm mixed. My mother's white, my father's black. And in the era I grew up in, there wasn't a lot of mixed kids or relationships. My grandmother disowned me because my father was black. She actually disowned my mom because she had a baby by a black man. So I dealt with a lot of racism, not being accepted. So it was like, I just want to fit in. I just want to be accepted. So when I got into the domestic violence relationships, it was a sense of need and want, looking for that father figure who wasn't a part of my life. So I had a lot of issues from childhood there, and preparing that speech and doing that research helped me to learn my self-worth and my self-love to get me to where I am today.